The next movie we watched this week was the 2014 film The Lego Movie, as requested by Dylan. Please give us a brief summary.
I'm not gonna do that, actually. That's copyright. Anyway, you guys like Lego games? You guys like Legos? Well, this is the perfect movie for you. Basically, you get your average Joe. He's like the special or something, and there's master builders. They want to build shit freelance, and everybody's like, you gotta follow the instructions, and it's all a big allegory for, society or something. But then, it's actually something occurring in real life, where the dad is Lord Business and the kid is probably Emmett, I think. And then they learn to resolve their ways and everybody becomes a master builder because order is stupid and disorder and chaos is the way to go.
Fun fact, this was Morgan Freeman's first animated film.
That's crazy.
Is that true?
Yeah.
How is that possible?
I don't know. That's what IMDb told me.
I am not confirming or denying this may be the most stacked cast we have ever had in a movie. I didn't actually do the research like I said I would, but based on looking at the casting list, just from notable names where if you ask pretty much any average person, it's like you say the name and they recognize it, this movie is definitely it, for sure.
I'm the one who laid that claim, you piece of shit.
Yeah, but I'm saying it out loud. I'm also just saying it because I said I was going to do the research and I didn't. I can't imagine any other movie besides, like, Endgame that has this many people, though.
Well, considering this is another just super saccharine, shitty children's movie that has a very basic plot, Tanner, what'd you rank it?
Dude, I gave it an A+. I thought it was a delightful little time.
Holy shit. What about you, Dylan?
Dude, unironically, I was prepared for this. I've steeled my mind for this moment. I unironically gave this movie an S-. I really like this movie a lot.
Dude, I also liked it. I gave it an A.
Let's fucking go!
I'm definitely the biggest hater, I guess, here. I gave it a B+.
What the fuck?
Goddamn. Please enlighten us on your thoughts on this movie, Jackson.
I think the biggest strength this movie has going for it is its art direction, and certainly this movie is aimed towards kids, but I think it's got some funny moments as well. I think they do well with just the writing of the jokes in general.
Dude, I'm a big fan of that scene when he busts into the fucking saloon and tells people to sit on him.
True. And I do like that the whole thing is kind of just like a parallel for the father-son relationship they've got going on. I think the idea behind that's cute. I don't know. I just wasn't like... I think it's a fun movie, but like I don't know if I was like super grasped by it, to be honest. I was kind of like let down a bit. I thought, like, I remember having more of like an emotional reaction to the reveal of it being like a parallel between the father and the son and them like bonding in that way. And it just didn't really fucking hit me at all this time around. I'm not entirely sure why.
You and Tanner are like the biggest Lego enthusiasts here. What happened?
I'm the second highest rating here.
Well, I'm not talking to you though, Tanner. I'm talking to Jackson here. Let's hear what he has to say.
You just mentioned me for no reason.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. I like the Lego games as a kid. I haven't played any of them in a very long time, so I don't know if that it still tracks.
Valid,
I assume it probably doesn't. Yeah, I know. I mean, B+ is still pretty solid. I think it's a fine movie. I wasn't like blown away by it or anything. I definitely think I liked it mostly for the spectacle of it, rather than a lot of the substance. I wasn't like crazy attached to the story or anything.
And so you put this in B+, but Dragon Ball Super Broly in D, eh? Fuck you, kid.
He doesn't like shonen, and it shows.
What a piece of
This
shit.
This movie's not stupid like that one.
Oh, hold on a second now. I'll take B+ in your explanation for this movie. Now, I'm not gonna let you shit talk Super Broly. Come on.
I've shit talked Broly so many times.
You finally crossed the line. I can't believe it.
Finally.
Yeah.
My big positives, I agree, the visuals. It's a visually stunning movie.
Dude, they're so fucking good. Did you see that Lego water physics? That shit was insane. That looks so good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think it's funny, even as an adult. I like the message because unlike what Nico? I don't know, unlike what whoever said, unlike what Dylan said, I don't think the message actually is like chaos and no order. I think it was much more balanced than that.
I was mostly making a joke.
It was more about, like, expressing yourself, not being like a sort of North Korean police state like the beginning of the film.
Right.
Yeah, but also, like I think it was kind of saying that there's, like, a place for both, like, being very creative and being, more organized, we'll say, because that's how, Emmett saves the day by convincing everyone, hey, stop being individuals, we need to work together. And, Emmett being the hero of the story, even though he is this very conventional guy or whatever.
Right.
So I like the message there. My biggest negative, and I don't even know, I'm not super solid on this one. It's just kind of a gut feeling. I think Batman is maybe a bit overplayed in this movie.
Dude, I think that's
shocking coming from you.
He got his own movie out of this, dude.
True. I just wish they kind of focus on our main character a bit more and didn't use Batman as much, because they really had him like quipping all the time when he's around, and they use him as like the comic relief character.
Is it because you don't like Batman not being taken seriously?
Yeah,
is that what it is?
That's exactly it. I hate Batman.
No,
I just feel like it also because it's like a licensed character or whatever. I'm like, I kind of would rather this movie be more focused on like the original characters,
I mean, quite frankly, they're all licensed characters, but
that's not true.
Okay.
You don't know what I mean by that word, so what you're saying is incorrect.
Okay.
I agree with Tanner, though. I didn't like it when Star Wars showed up in this movie. Frankly, that was the biggest thing holding it back from an A+.
Interesting.
Funny. Dude, they got the original Lando Calrissian to do the voice of it.
They did, I saw that.
It's so fucking old.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, the whole Batman thing with me didn't bother me. That, unfortunately, is an aspect of Batman I fully accept. Which, isn't, knowing like how he is in the DC comics isn't true of him at all. I just like to imagine that it's a side of Batman that is truly part of him. But like, I think his involvement in the movie was fine. I mean, he was in like the fucking love triangle they were trying to push throughout the entire movie. But then also, yeah, he was just a comic relief character. So I think his involvement overall was generally okay. But it was also like the fucking protagonist. I can't say his foil because that's not technically true. He was a version of his foil.
I'd say he was Emmett's foil.
Okay, let's go. I fucking analyzed that shit. Anyway, but yeah, no, I agree. I like the visuals of this movie a lot. I like how dedicated. I mean, obviously they had to be. But I like how dedicated they were to using Lego animation for literally everything. I think one of the first mental notes I took was when Lord Business busted through the door, and even like the billowing smoke coming off of the door was just a bunch of Lego bricks. I like the attention to detail. This movie was clearly passionate about what it was doing. And yeah, I think
can't believe they did all this in stop motion.
Dude, right? But yeah, I like the creativity. I mean, if you grew up with Legos, you were probably always building shit, random shit, so you probably could relate to a lot of this, but I like the chaos, I like the creativity, I just liked the voice acting and the plot they set up, and I like how not serious this movie took itself. Like, it was trying to push a serious message, and Tanner alluded to it, so I'm not going to reiterate it. I agree with, the message and what Tanner was saying. But I also just like at the same time they were able to keep that non-serious like tone throughout the entire movie, because then that allowed them to make the dumb jokes and like things that happen, and it's just Lego things happening because that's what we expect from. I don't know if we can say Lego is a genre necessarily, but I kind of just put it in its own genre. It's just the kind of shenanigans I expect from Lego media, I suppose. But yeah, I like the emotions at the end of it. I thought that the connection with the parallel, like, reality universe was very cool. I like the little silly names they had, where it's, like, obviously, like, the X-Acto knife, it's, like, the knife of...
Exact Zero.
The Exact Zero knife, like, that kind of shit. I thought that was very silly and pretty on the nose, and it's just, like, it's just nods to, real life, and they made it fun and silly. I really like this movie, clearly.
Yeah, I thought it was great. As everyone's been talking about, animation, obviously fantastic. Here's a little controversial statement nowadays. I think Chris Pratt did a good job as Emmett. I think he gave a good performance in this film. People may talk shit on him with Mario. I think in the Lego movie, he did just fine. I was a fan.
I agree.
I don't know that they even really talked shit about him with Mario all that much. I think most people were like, yeah, I guess he did fine.
It's just
unexpected
to hear.
Miscast.
Yeah.
I think it was more of like, you have an American white guy playing the role of an Italian plumber, which was kind of off-putting, but
an American
whatever.
white plumber.
an American.
They
yeah, an
wanted
American
the
white
other
plumber.
American white man who's been voicing him for 30 years.
True.
Anyway.
There's all the childish humor in this movie that some of it I wasn't a huge fan of, but like others, I think it had a lot of charm. You know, like the police alligators underneath the bridge, that was very silly. Big fan of that. Just a lot of charm in this film as well. Like when the words show up to be like, "You're in the Wild West now," and then they're walking away, you can still see the words are just there in the background. Very fun stuff. Wild style drew me fucking wild. Holy, why'd they make her so hot? I don't get it.
For a Lego piece too, that's the funnier bit here.
Right.
She's got me bricked up.
Jesus Christ.
Who the hell made that joke earlier this week? Somebody else said that. It might
It's a
have been
pretty
Jackson.
obvious joke. It could be anyone.
Yeah.
That's true. Very low
Just the
hanging fruit.
ending conversation between the kid and his dad made me well up a little bit, not gonna lie.
Right?
I enjoyed that quite a bit.
I agree. Dude, personal fun fact, I beat I think it was only released for the Wii U version of this game. I think it's the only Lego game I've ever beaten, despite there being the Indiana Jones and Star Wars that Tanner and Jackson like so much.
I hear the second.
You mean Lego the movie, the game?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
it's okay. They try to include the cinematic cutscenes from the movie, and it's such a jarring experience from the actual gameplay itself. Because you have this really nice looking piece of media from the movie, and then you cut to the game, and it looks significantly worse. So, very silly time, for sure.
Unfortunately, the Wii U will do that for you.
True.
Also, BoJack Horseman voiced Batman in this movie. It's pretty fun.
True.
Well, guys, do we have any other thoughts on the Lego movie?
No.
I think I've got my thoughts.
Well,
I think it's a
fantastic.
cute little film.
I'm sticking with my A. Jackson, are you going to be a conformer, huh? Huh, pal?
Don't do it.
No,
Don't
I'm thinking
give
it might
in.
be plus.
There we go.
Whoa. I'm sticking at my A+.
I am going to stick with my S-. I am standing firm.
And it lands at a very respectable A overall.
Whoa.
Definitely expected to like this one more than I did, but it is what it is. It's still
Dude,
my
if you
top.
liked it a little more, this could have been my next highest rated movie, even though I think it's an A+, and I keep saying that.